on my side now too.
You know what's funny is that I
Matt
was like, I
thinks
hope he
he's
doesn't say
funny.
anything dumb. Welcome to the Scale Builders Guild.
And welcome on the side that is less rude today.
Well, it is 9:03.
It is.
Figured we could try to be on time. Episode 102.
We're a day late for the 2, but
Is it? What?
yesterday was Tuesday.
Oh,
2.
Right. 2. Check in. Let me know where you're watching from.
Yes, and what you did on Tuesday.
I worked like a sucker. That's all I did.
Yes.
It's been busy, man.
Man,
It's been busy, and not in the way that I'd want it to be. Although Rebecca did say yesterday, shouldn't you be in the workshop? And I was like, you.
Yeah.
I know I married you for a reason.
Yeah, you must have been doing something super annoying.
Yeah, I think I was hanging around. Yeah. I was just in the area.
What you doing? What's that?
Shouldn't you be building? She's like, I know you have a lot of work to do on those trucks. She's been watching all the videos, I guess.
Yeah. Like, you got a long ways to go because that doesn't look right yet.
No, that is not done. Oh, you think you're finished?
Oof.
Oh, you
do more.
Oh.
Do more.
Yeah. Do more and do it better.
I want to say, Josh, I loved your flocking impression. Could you do it for us now?
Yeah. Oh, that was great. I was like, is he pretending that's me? Because that's something I would totally do.
Brian Sherwood, thank you for the $2. 43. I think I've been counting it as 44.
Oh, yeah, right. Because I have 2 days less because I'm going out to see Turks and Jerps. I'm going to pop in and see him before I make my way down to Alabama.
Have you nailed down your travel plans?
Yeah, I'm going to go to Cleveburg region of America, see my friend Richard, meet his old lady.
Yep, his soon-to-be old lady.
Soon-to-be old lady. You know, the better half.
Old ball and chain.
The old better half ball and chain. And then, hightail it down to Alabama.
Good deal. Well, I'm glad that you've found a way to narrow your window. I'm glad to hear that. My studio I was late getting home, got in here. My studio is exactly the same as when I left it last night while finished video into editing. Had to come back in here for a minute to shoot another piece of B-roll or something. And then.
You know how I know that you haven't set up properly?
Because you can still see the cage of the truck? Or what?
Well, you're so much wider than you usually are.
Whiter or wider?
Wider. No, you couldn't be any more white.
Says you. Yes, we could match. That would be the only way that it would be possible.
That's true. I have less of a tan than you do. I've got my travel destination into the Google Maps. I'm all ready to go on that part.
Just hopefully you don't have to go anywhere between now and then. Otherwise you'll lose at the book market. Remember trip.
I said, go to the phone. Put it on the phone. That's all I need.
God. Does carbon fiber count towards the carbon footprint? Because it could be bigger but lighter.
I wanted to ask you.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it because, you know what? Let's skip mail call because I don't have any.
Well, I have a story about mail call. I have one item and then a story. So.
I have a Gens Ace cap.
Cap. No batteries? Just the hat?
Just the hat.
Well,
the hat is battery powered.
Interesting.
No, we power your passion. And that's not a sticker. That's on there.
Really? I do not like that choice.
Shinzache.
Do not like that choice.
Yep. That's it. Thanks for watching.
Quickly, I got my send parts.
Oh, cool.
More titanium, some aluminum, and some steel.
I love the grill.
The grill. I got 2 grills, but they're both titanium. I don't know why I needed 2 of them, but I felt like I needed it.
Because you're going to make the other one into a keychain.
I know, right? Because that's about the right size. But it is nice how they ship them. The steel parts are...
I ship my parts.
They're in a Ziploc bag, but then they're also just in the shrink wrapping. So I'm not sure how those are going to come out yet, but I'm going to pull the titanium grill off. Anyway, but we can... And then the rest of my parts, I ordered a bunch of things. Like the red filament for the filter element, things like that I had. I also ordered some gauge pins because I just wanted those as tools. But Nicole had recently bought things for my new niece and shipped them to my brother and had the Amazon address as that is the default. So evidently my brother probably opened this box up. He's like, what is this box of round pins and 3D printer filament?
Those are it's for your new daughter, idiot.
Like she can play with them.
Got her some presents.
Like she had all the way down from 60,000 to 250,000, like little pins. Duh, they're sanitary.
She can eat the filament. It's plant-based.
Don't worry, I've got tons of it.
Don't worry about it. It's for her. She'll figure it out one day. she'll need that sometime.
Yeah, exactly.
In the future. By the time she's printing things, it'll be like Earl Grey hot, and it'll just come out. This is what I wanted to ask you. You put up your update today, and it was a mighty.
It was
one.
a lot, but a little.
It was a beefy update.
Yes,
it was a Beef Tube's ARM logo worth of updates.
A veiny update.
God, that sounds horrible. A veiny update. Ugh.
So,
okay. So when you started this project, did you think it was going to be as insane as it's become? And I mean that in the utmost respect, because I love that truck. I think you've done an incredible job. It's not.
I've lost.
I'm just gonna say real quick. It's not what I would consider to be the prettiest in terms of its proportions. It's a little tiny bit of an eyesore when I think of a Jeep.
It's the
tiny bit.
The perfect way.
But yeah, exactly. But it's fantastic, and the amount of engineering and effort and over-engineering that you've put into it is truly astonishing. Is that what you intended to do?
So I knew I intended to do the carbon fiber part of it. Even when I started the design.
Carbon fiber.
Yeah, carbon fiber. Carbrone's fiber.
Carbon fiber.
When I even started the design way before Nationals, before I had any idea it would be a Nationals truck, I had thought I want to do a carbon fiber body, but I was thinking I was going to do the more standard carbon fiber, like a layup, a vacuum form or vacuum infused layup. And that was my real plan. That's like what the Class 2 body is. That's a more standard carbon fiber layup. And that was my original plan. And then the whole forged carbon thing kind of came about. So I knew that it was going to be a project that was going to be a learning project in general.
Right. Because the intention was always to do some things you'd never done before.
Right. So
push yourself a little bit.
So in that respect, yes. In the rest of the respects, no. it was little things like I didn't even really think about vacuum forming parts before it all started.
Right.
So that wasn't a thought. Titanium was not a thought hardly at all until after the first video, even.
Yeah.
When that was like suggested. So, titanium came up completely later, second, just happened. And yeah, so it's definitely evolved. I don't think there's any.
Okay.
But
yeah, there's no other way of really putting it. Yeah. Like, it's spectacular. I think it's really turning out quite good. But there's a couple of comments in here I wanted to read. Inspector 71 said that's what we call project creep.
Yes, that's a great word.
Where it sort of gets away from you. I think we could call it the Dremel.
It really gets away from
that,
you.
You gotta watch out. That thing can really get away.
Yeah. I think that's a project creep is a great, and honestly, that is a project or a problem that we have oftentimes at work, like.
Yes, that explains the Ripper.
Well, there's that. But honestly, even any of our kits, we're like, okay, it's just gonna do, and then
let's just stop right there.
And then we're like, oh, well, we ended up with an $800 straight axle pro kit. Like,
yeah. What if it also had selectable?
Yeah. Then we're like, let's do an affordable kit. Do this, just put it all together. Transmit, this. They're like, well, what if we redesign the transmission a little bit? We did this and that.
What if you need 5 servos?
So, Project Creep.
That's good.
I'm stealing it. I'll be using it.
Yeah, go for it. Inspector 71, thank you very much
absolutely.
for that. I've decided on a name for mine. Project Compromise.
I like it.
Because I've made a lot of compromises for my own standards.
So honestly, so have I.
These trucks.
I've decided. You know what? It is amazing, and there's been a number of comments like that in the videos. It's like, have you two really just? It's like we both forgot where we came from, Matt.
Yeah, it is.
Forgot the people who got you there.
You've gone way more scale than you've gone way more scale than you normally would.
Right.
Still not putting a driver in. I'm still
exactly
a little bit sad about that.
So happy about that.
That's your one Josh moment.
Like, nope, won't do it.
Survived. I, on the other hand, I'm just using a panel for the interior. Yeah. I'm not doing inner door cards. I'm not doing anything.
I'm like, flat.
Yeah, there's my interior.
Yeah, exactly. You could make that out of craft foam and people would think you're me.
Maybe I should. Maybe I should scrap all my plans for these fancy interiors and just lay a piece of foam in there.
Yeah.
We talking about the dashboard, seats. It's got everything. Floor. Gunnar Nissen, thank you very much. Since Josh is too involved with his titanium, tonight's code, # I will never financially recover from this.
Let me find his. Oh my God. I gotta pin this.
Mod, could
someone let me pin that? Someone repost that code so I can pin it. It won't let me pin the super chat. Thank you, Gunnar Nissen.
You cannot
put
pin
that hashtag satisfied jerky in one comment so we can pin that.
Please. Yeah. Yes, please. # compromise. Josh's should be # complicated.
Also good. I like him. That and Matt and I decided that whoever wins cumulatively for the weekend actually gets to keep all of the trucks.
Yeah. What?
Yeah, we had talked about that. You were drinking, but we had agreed on it, and you signed a paper.
Oh man, that's okay. These trucks aren't that good. Get these trucks out of here. I did finish most of the cage work. I posted that the other day on the old Instagram.
Yes.
Pointing at it.
It's somewhat rock bouncer-esque.
Is it
a
then?
little bit, not a lot, but just a little bit. It's got some extra style tube work in there, you know, some double C-pillar action going on.
Flare.
That's
what we call it. Where's the C-pillar then?
C-pillar is what goes from the B-pillar down.
So
those back bars there that go from the roof line down to the...
Oh, these are double C's.
Double C's, which you should add one more row. It's just...
For no reason.
No, just, you know, call it like a D-pillar. Right. And then...
Yeah, we could do something like that.
You could have two back there, and then you would have double, you
know. Oh, gotcha.
It's a long ways to go to get that joke in, I agree.
But yeah, I'm pretty much, that's sort of where that's at. I didn't really do much else. It took a lot of work to get there. It's a lot of tube work, man.
Yes.
There's like 6 miles of tube in there.
No one has put satisfied jerky and hashtag I will never financially recover from this in one comment. Somebody please, so I can pin it.
Dana already did that
pin
for
it
me. Thank you, Dana.
Pin
it to win it. Pin it in order to win things.
Yes. Ooh, I've saved myself a package of jerky. Carolina Reaper, the hot one.
Oh, good Lord.
Yes.
I'm getting into another more sticks tonight. I will never financially recover from this.
Yeah, it's so the one thing that I showed in the video, my stamping process, but here's the titanium sheet, which is heavier than the aluminum. I had the aluminum done because it's about half the weight of the titanium, and I haven't decided yet if I'm okay with putting aluminum in there versus the titanium, since I've got so much other titanium. Thank you, Dana. Pinning message. Much appreciated. So I don't know yet. I may go with the aluminum just because it is half the weight. But regardless, this will be the first time that I'm eyeballing. Let's see. The stamps do fit perfectly, and they just...
Oh, nice. That's cool.
It is. It looks great.
That's
honestly,
cool.
Like I said, it's such a minor detail to have any definition upwards, and I'll probably be the only one who will ever notice. But
it's probably true.
But I'm okay with that because it was
I think you did a great job.
It was something to try, and I'm sure that later on I will come up with a reason why I could use that again. But it basically makes that mesh flush with the top, which is what I was after, and I think it's nice. So
yeah, nicely done.
I like it.
How many feet of tube did I use? Probably 4.
4 feet of tube? That's not so bad.
No, wait, maybe 6.
Oh.
6 and then a bunch of offcuts.
Yeah. For a full, I had always kind of estimated for a full tube chassis vehicle, full, no rails, 25 feet.
Yeah, that's
always been about my, like if you're building one of my templates of a full tube chassis, 25 feet.
I'm probably underestimating that. That's probably 8 feet.
Tube. That's a lot of tube.
Maybe not 8. Maybe 6.
6 sounds pretty reasonable for some of the extra tubes and things like that. Because I bet I've got
6.
I bet I have maybe 4 feet in the cage of this Jeep.
For anybody who wants to know, that's 72 squares.
So
72 squares of tube. Matt Sharkey, can y'all talk about USTE? Well, neither of us went.
Neither of us went. So
looked like it was a pretty popular event.
Looked like the turnout was good.
Yeah, which is all you can hope for at an event. It's like it was well organized and lots of trails and lots of tiny trucks.
I did see that there was tiny trucks there. That's good. It's a good start.
I saw at least 3. There were a lot. They had a lot of trucks there this year.
Yeah.
So I think it's.
I didn't follow much of the
cool.
cover. I didn't see a lot of coverage.
No, I think I searched the hashtag on Instagram, and I guess there's a few videos floating around. Exo Cage was there. He's a YouTuber. You know him, right? Yeah. He was down there. Holmes Hobbies was there.
Holmes was there.
Super Scale 2020 was there.
No way.
All the way from Europe.
Wow.
Yeah.
He's in Poland or
maybe Czech Republic.
Yeah, something like
maybe?
that. Something like that. Wow.
Latvia.
That's cool.
Yeah. All the way over there. So that was pretty cool to see that.
Absolutely.
Reefs was there. Yep. K&K was there. RC Car Action. For those of you who read magazines, they were there.
Those of you into paper.
It's like it's a paper version of our show.
Yeah, exactly. Field MTB. Thank you, sir. Hey, guys. Any other 24 scale besides Axial worth buying? New to the hobby, love building. Seems like the Axial has the most aftermarket. Keep up the good work. I think you're exactly right on the aftermarket side of it. And honestly, for that reason, I say no, that there's not another worth buying. The Mini Zs are cool.
What was the question?
Is there another 24 scale worth buying?
Other than the SCX 24?
Yeah. You and I may differ on this area. Because I know you like your Kyosho Mini Zs. I
like my Mini Zs, but if you want something that's better than a trail truck.
Stop using that term.
24th scale. If you want something that can crawl,
if you want something that's usable,
rocks, if you want something that isn't just flat dirt trail without, actually being good.
Right.
If you want it to be really good, SCX24.
Agreed. SCX24 for the aftermarket alone, I think it just makes everything else a kind of a bad financial decision, which I'm not opposed to, as I've proven. Which brings me to the point of what Mike J just said of the Enduro 24 is out there. Yes, there are others out there.
There are others out there.
The Enduro 24,
they asked what the best was.
I don't feel is a good purchase.
I don't think so either. I had one. It was okay.
But I did see Tony, CCXRC. He was just like, he threw out a... I wish Tony was in here right now.
Get him in here. Somebody message him.
I saw Tony he posted on his community page, like, hey, we're going to throwing out this idea of this Enduro 24 challenge. I was like, oh, look, clicked on it. And they're going to do a speed run challenge of an Enduro 24 over a 4-week period, which kind of sounds like a month, Tony.
That sounds like
a month long.
Sounds a fair amount of mayhem.
A little bit of a mayhem is going to happen in a month.
Get him in here so I can tell him our lawyers are contacting.
They're all on the phone.
He doesn't have a lawyer.
They're sending him a fax, which is the big problem. I need that number. I need his fax number.
What's his fax number?
But he posted that, and he's kind of thrown it out there to the community, like, hey, everybody take their shot at this. And I was just like, I commented, like, do I have time for this? Because it's right in the middle of Nationals prep.
No,
I don't.
You do not have time for this.
But like, what if I just took one day?
you did it over one day and you just crushed it.
24 hours. I'm like, I'm gonna just.
That's so great. Yes, GCM was at USTE in the form of cardboard cutouts. Yeah,
I saw that.
Did not cross the border.
Missing a bunch of comments. I know. I'm trying to peruse quickly. Element 24 was a rebrand of. They said that it wasn't. Or they said that it wasn't totally, that they changed some things, but it was for the most part. Yes, there was probably some little differences,
it was the knockoff
RGT.
of the.
I think it was a OEM basically. They OEM'd their.
Yeah, it was OEM.
It wasn't a knockoff, but it was just they found one that was available, changed some stuff up. made it happen. Mike J says 24 hours turns into 24 days. I know, that's the problem. That's why I don't actually have time to do it.
Exactly. It would be fun to do.
I know.
But again,
I'm just like especially
I just don't have the
for
time.
one, the speed challenges are some of the most fun that I've ever had in RC.
Yes.
The month timeline is one of my favorite things. It puts that pressure on. Taking a solid axle car and trying to make it go fast is even more fun. The biggest
add a third axle,
and it
makes it even more fun.
That made it so much fun. The fact that like I like being able, obviously the fabrication side of any of these things is what I enjoy the most. Mm-hmm. So like the monthly mayhem is just like my glee stage.
I like the mayhems because it really makes Josh feel good about himself.
Except I lose most of them somehow.
I think we're even right now.
I don't think so. I think I won the first speed run and the last speed run.
Yeah.
The burnout one was
we're gonna say you didn't win that one,
which is bullshit.
Because you lost. Because you cheated.
I didn't cheat. They followed the rules.
Yes, you did. No, you didn't. You cheated.
You cheated.
The truck didn't make any of that smoke.
The smoke came from inside the vehicle, which was what was stated in the rules.
That's my fault. That's on me.
The Ultra Fusion monthly mayhem, you cheated clearly.
Oh, I won that one. No, I kicked your ass in that one so hard.
In the video, you stopped during the slow crawl. I clearly won them.
The motor was always running.
That does not matter. The vehicle stopped.
No, the vehicle did not stop.
So,
anywhoosies.
So we throw out those two. Somehow you won the flying cars one by throwing it off of a higher roof than I threw it off of.
All I needed was a parachute. Which I still have. I use it for training all the time.
For training? You're doing sprints in the driveway?
Yeah. Up and down the street.
I
have a great story
you look like such a nerd.
One of my neighbors later. I don't use that thing, man. Just joking. Yeah, and then what else was there?
Flying car, that one. I think that's all of them.
Yeah, so there's been 4.
5.
So it's even. 5.
I
won 3?
You won the flying car.
And
the Ultra Fusion. Debatable.
No.
And then technically there's the Inferno, which is at best
also
a title. At best a tie. If not, I won.
So let's say it's 2.5 to 2.5.
Yeah, unless I'm missing one. You're right.
Yeah.
It's a championship.
The Ripper's not leaning. It's the room. It's the camera that's leaning. Ripper is dead set level. Trust.
So, Blind Guy RC thinks, sir, hey man, truck looks great. Drift truck challenge. That is one that we have thought about many times. It's just so hard to do. Like
something like that needs to be done together.
Yeah, and it's just like I feel like it's
all the other things we've been able to do apart.
I'm gonna insult anyone who's into drifting. I'm just gonna say I feel like that's the easiest one. Like honestly, like I can make something slide. Like I can make something not have traction. I mean, Matt would obviously have the advantage of that, lack of
because I'm terrible at driving.
Like, bad performance.
Just go sideways all the way to the curb. No problem.
I can do that at speed.
Should I go 60?
Yeah.
I think, and in fact, that monthly mayhem, the OMG 63 edition, that one I think was the first time I've ever seen you really scared that I might beat you. Because there was one week where I did beat you.
I was like,
all right, this is great.
Like, oh shit. And then I hit myself, which that sucked. So I really
then you almost broke your ankle.
I grilled my foot.
So yeah, that actually made me feel pretty good. I would have felt a lot better if I didn't explode it into a million
Honestly,
pieces.
you had the most spectacular ending, and something that I could truly feel the energy in your video as it evaporated into a curb. It's like,
I mean, yeah. What's that law? The energy never really.
yeah, it's
It has to go
yeah,
somewhere.
the law of Fig Newtons, and it just
it went somewhere.
You're allowed so much rat poop per Fig Newton. Thus, it's
right.
The drag bolt was.
I think I know how a nuclear reactor works.
Yeah, the drag bolt. Someone says, "What about the drag bolt?" That was the 2 speed challenges that I said that I was winning. The TRX-6 crumple zones. Just,
of which it had many.
Bullhorns.
Every part was crumpled.
How
does the steering servo end up under the axle? Well, I'll tell you.
Did you hit yourself in the drag bolt challenge, or did you just come really close?
I came really close.
You I remember a video of you slow motion jumping as the car was pirouetting through the air.
It was doing this coming at me, and I managed to get out of the way. It hit the camera,
and I hit the camera in that challenge as well.
Yeah. In the 63 challenge, I also hit the camera, and my zoom lens has never really been the same.
Oh my god! Yeah, especially because you're using a real camera for those things.
Yeah, I know. I got to get a not.
Oh my god! Did I have it in here? No, I don't. I think maybe it was last week, maybe it was the week before. I had showed my GoPro, I bought the Hero 10.
Yeah, the
broke
10.
It already. You know how?
Putting a memory card in it. Running it over with your truck.
Also, it also would have been reasonable. I sat on it again.
Oh my god!
I broke the screen. First day, first time.
Heat sticks.
I'm an idiot. I'm an absolute idiot.
So did you send it? Do you get to send it in?
It still
or
works
is that it?
fine. It just has a crack in it, just like my 9. I bought the 10 because my 9 has a big crack across the back of the screen from me sitting on it in Colorado.
You're a Dorcas Malarcus.
Sat on it again. She's like, I just looked at it and I was out crawling with Mark, and
oh yeah,
I go, what is wrong with me?
You know what, Josh? Just send me whatever you're going to buy next.
I'll hit it with a hammer. I'll use it a couple of times. I'll send it to you, and you can feel less bad about it.
Brian Harrison, thank you very much. Red Cat Wendigo kit for $219. Worth it?
I built that kit. $219.
I have no experience with it, so I can't say. It sounds like a good deal.
$219 is so cheap.
That is pretty cheap.
So here's a great $219 is the same price as that MST JP1 right now at A-Main in RTR.
Oh, wow.
So
I'd say that's a pretty good deal.
It is and it isn't. It isn't because it's an MST chassis underneath.
The Wendigo?
No, on the MST.
I'm confused. He wants to know if the Wendigo.
I'm just saying, I'm trying to think of which one I would rather have, and that's a really tough decision for me. Same money. One is RTR, one is not. One's an MST, one's a Red Cat. I'm just like, you want to get punched in your left eye or your right eye? Go.
I'll take the box. Give me the box.
Yeah, I don't know.
Blind Guy RC, thank you very much. Hey, man, how about that rack, eh? Trophy truck comp. Yeah, I guess it is kind of trophy truck.
It looks
ish.
Kind of trophy truck, kind of rock bouncer, kind of desert inspired. I like it, though. I think you did a great job.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks,
Jeremy
man.
Fish.
It's not perfect, but it'll get the job done.
Jeremy Fish, thank you, sir. I sent your SCX 24 chassis to send cut send, and they said it was not the right format. How can I change it or get it in the right format? That is interesting. Send me an email through my website, and I'll see if I can send you a file that is just the easiest way to go. Blind Guy RC, thanks. So. Longest Wheelie, pick your own vehicle.
Oh.
Pick your own
That's pretty
vehicle is a
good.
super interesting suggestion.
Yeah, because you could just choose a Wild Willie, and it just goes all the time.
I mean, but how? Real question for you though. What do you think that then the longest wheelie would be?
Oh,
Because we're not talking 50 feet anymore.
no.
You're
We're talking
going to have
about,
to steer it at this point because you got to worry about the
we're talking
curvature of the earth. And
well, wait, if the earth is curved, sorry, the earth is curved.
Thank you.
So, yeah. So, technically, if you could just find a straight enough part of the road, you'd never have to turn because it just keeps going around.
Yeah, it's just. Oh, Tony says it was it was the crack heard around the lake. Mark was still in the parking lot. Yeah, it's because Tony and I had been crawling for quite a while by that point already, and I'm pretty sure I sat on it immediately. Fuck, God, I seriously can't believe I'm such an idiot. But
yeah, DK goes, I thought GoPros were designed to take a car crash, but they can't survive Josh's butt.
If you guys haven't met me, you'd understand. You won't understand, but no. It's most of my income comes from OnlyFans because someone will end up with a wheelie scar.
Just shoots right up him.
Yeah, just filleted ankles.
Breaks his nose.
Actually, Tony and I, another time when we were out at Folsom Lake together and I broke something, I had my Arma Outcast 6S. And I'm such a crawler at heart that I should never own anything fast. Period. And Tony and I both have these Outcasts, and they're amazing trucks. I absolutely love my Arma Outcast. But I'm just doing a wheelie across the dirt and just smiling like a 9-year-old or sand, whatever. But I'm such a crawler person that I only look 4 to 6 feet in front of me.
Exactly.
And it just goes, and it just, in a full wheelie, it just belly slaps a boulder that had to weigh 40 pounds. And it just folded that Outcast like an inch in the middle. I'm like, that's unfortunate. It just, the two rear A-arms just like hugged the rock, just like, oh, like just the sympathy hug. Just pulled the shocks apart, broke the chassis, or bent the chassis in half. And I was just like,
oh boy.
Like, well, that was an expensive mistake.
West Desert Wheeler, hello, Logan. He said the Wendigo has horrid turning angle. It's a go fast only machine, not very durable. I break mine every run.
There you go.
If that's not an honest review right there.
Yeah. I will tell you though.
I don't know what it is.
The Red Cat has only ever made one kit, and it is the Wendigo. But I am one who likes good instructions, and they were good instructions. Crappy kit, good instructions. I've had all variations of that equation. Trevor Jacobs may have an extra GoPro. Robert Lafayette says, I don't know if any of you are also like aviation fans or aficionados. May follow the Trevor Jacobs. I think he was part of Nitro Circus. But he posted a video maybe a month or so ago, and he's flying in this plane that he bought. It's a 1940s plane, I think, 40s or 50s. And just all of a sudden he's flying and the engine stops. And he's over I'm not 100% sure in the area, Big Bear, Southern California somewhere. And he doesn't do any of the normal aviation things to try and recover a stalled engine or anything like that. He just decides, I need to bail out. And conveniently, which he said that he has been a proponent of, he was wearing a full like sport flying parachute. And he happened to have GoPros running on the wing, the tail, so he's just like, oh, motor stopped. Oh, just jumps out. And in the video, he's got a GoPro on his head, and he just watches this plane. Just, bah! And then he goes down to it, hikes down to the plane, recovers his GoPros. hikes out, gets
okay.
That
sounds a little
very
convenient.
suspicious. And of course, all the and I will say that there's Monday morning quarterbacks for everything, but aviation people in general are just like, there's like, so like people have gone out and even recreated this, and they're like and then they like fly to a local airport that's nearby. Like, yeah, that would have been fine.
Yeah. Well, there's all kinds of things that you can do.
There's
planes don't just fall out of the sky when the engine stops. There's lift. It's like,
I don't need to, like, if you're not into aviation, you have zero care about that. But either way, it was like an interesting YouTube video. Just everyone's just being like, no. So whether you think it was staged or not, So yeah.
I think this question's been answered, but Raymond E. Tanner was asking what a good body filler is for a hard body. If it's ABS or styrene, chop up a bunch of scrap pieces of styrene, melt it down in some MEK, and use that as like a putty to fill. It doesn't really shrink or anything. It's the same material that the body is, so it bonds pretty well.
I use Play-Doh myself. So
he uses GoPro glass.
Yeah. I use minced pieces of my GoPro mixed with tears.
First, step on your GoPro. Yeah. Second, use those pieces to fill in the gaps in your body. To add some
fiber to it to try and make things hold a little bit better, I suggest tearing up $20 bills. Just
don't just tear them up. Light them on fire. Use the ashes. Craig Banks, watched your video you did 5 years ago on your mutter truck. What a change for today's standard, Matt. Made me laugh. Yeah, a lot of the videos from the old days are garbage.
I can't stand to watch anything I did more than 6 months ago.
Yeah, it's so weird. I went back and watched my Lozy Laser Nut video, which was August of 2020. Yeah. And I think I might have been sick or something because I was like 20 pounds lighter than I am now. And I looked like I was like something was wrong. Like it was like, when you lose a lot of weight really quick, these lines really exaggerate for some reason in your face. Yeah. It was so weird. I was like, whoo, yikes. No wonder people thought I was sick. So yeah, don't watch old videos.
I like people message me and I'm just like, I have a library of stuff and I'm just like, you should go watch this old series. And I'm just like,
Maybe you should watch all the ones where I'm like leaned way back.
Because this upward angle, lens and he talks about styrene, like, you should.
So if you like styrene, then
I feel like we're leaning together. I'm leaning this way, so it feels less like we're leaning.
Yes, Longest Wheelie. I like that idea.
I do too, just because I'm starting to think about how long that would actually be. Like,
yeah, Blind Guy RC, thank you. No, you both build a trophy truck.
And then what?
Earth is flat.
Earth is flat.
Yeah, there's a challenge. There's got to be a challenge to Monthly Mayhem. We can't just build something as the challenge. That's not enough.
The pick your own vehicle thing. Like we have to like make some rules of like what you have to pick to make it difficult.
Yeah. Right. There should only be like, okay, Josh, you'll be doing a wheelie with this drift car.
Yeah. Like, so.
It's front wheel drive drift car.
Like,
go.
Oh my god. So something like that. I feel like that's where the rules have to make it like sneaky.
Yeah, like you can't just go out and get something that's designed to do wheelies. Yeah. It has to be something that isn't wheelie of like as its first thing. Gunnar Nissen, Longest Wheelie contest. Thank you very much. You pick each other's RCs. So yeah, obviously that would make it a lot more interesting.
It really would. Oh, I love it.
All right, Josh, here you go. 8th scale motorcycle. Problem is, it's at my house, so you're going to have to come and get it.
I forgot I owned that. I don't even think that's on my spreadsheet.
Well, good, because nothing has changed since it got shipped.
Not worried about it. It's not in my way. Sneaky Guns. Thank you, sir. Just wanted to say thanks for your part in the VS410 portal. Mine just arrived today, taking all the way around, putting it together right now. Loving it. Hope you enjoy it.
You know
if you
what?
have any questions, feel free to let me know.
You know what Josh's part was? Everything that didn't make it into the kit.
The nitpicky part of it. You know what? I know you're almost done with that, but...
I know you've already sent it to be made, and they've already made a
small change here.
But
let's start over on that, and then let's talk about...
Those are the days that Josh gets ignored.
They call me the Dream Killer. It's a real thing. Dream Killer, Dream Squasher, lots of things. I'm like, well, what? I'm like, yeah, but what about this or that? And like, you're just a Dream Killer. Like, don't tell the Dream Killer anything, because he'll just...
Oh, Dream Killer. I believe this project is well overdue.
Pouk. Thank you, sir, for the funny money, as always. Hi, Josh. Noticed you choose different materials for gears. I got a steel 45-tooth spur gear for my TRX4 Sport. Is steel okay? Thanks. It is okay. It is a little bit loud in a case on...
Oh, boy, is it.
And that's really my biggest deterrent for spur gears, except also, if you picked up a 45-tooth steel spur gear for your spur, make sure you buy a pinion that specifically says it is hardened. If you do not buy a hardened steel pinion gear, your pinion gear will turn into a tooth. I will leave out any sort of stereotypes attached to this, because you're foreign and they may not play as well. But do what country has poor dental care? Like
England.
Okay. You may that's true. You may turn anyway. If you don't, it will wear the teeth down on your pinion gear to nubs in no time.
Yep.
Make sure you buy a hardened steel pinion gear. Very important.
SC Spider-Man had a question. Can you show me the white letter tires you did and how you did them? I don't remember the last time I did that. FJ62 that I gave to Cruiser Gear to give away. All I use is a Sharpie paint marker, but the difference is this is oil-based. So it needs a longer dry time, but it will stand up to abuse longer than the water or acrylic-based ones. So there you go. Draw it on very carefully. And then
I just like to buy tires that already have the white letters on them.
Oh, yeah? You buying a lot of those Duratrax tires? Yeah, those are high on your list. The Deep Woods Duratrax tires.
I've also used the Proline Hoosiers on a TRX6.
Yeah, I've got the Hoosiers. Yeah, that's true.
I have some Team Power.
You can buy a stencil for those.
Yeah, I have some Team Power on my Ace and Gary mobile.
The Team Power. Those are my favorites. Team Power.
Wonder Twins. Activate.
So there you go. That's what I do. You can also buy stickers on the Kyosho Charger that I was doing up. I just put some stickers on there from MCI Racing. So there you go.
MTB. Matt, this I feel like I'm afraid to think of this. Is this a question for me? But Field MTB, thank you, sir. It says, most expensive builds you have ever done. Now, I want to qualify that.
Yours is
I want to qualify that. Because Matt and I are lucky enough to have some things that do not cost us nearly what they do to someone who's not working in the industry as much. And I don't think that anybody is led to believe anything different. I work for Vanquish. I have access to Vanquish products. We work with other companies.
I don't work for a specific company, but I usually release their stuff before they want me to.
So that being said, I'm still trying to think of what the most expensive build to me is, and I'm trying to think if it's not this new one.
It's definitely the new one.
I'm just trying to think if it's. Oh, it might not be. I'm trying to think. The new one has cost me a lot of money in like extra parts and things like just in titanium in this thing. I'm like maybe $400 in.
Oh, Josh, you gotta stop, man.
Carbon fiber, I'm probably 150.
The best truck that didn't win.
But so the computer truck. That's a great suggestion, Brian. That one.
Holy shit, that was
expensive.
I forgot all about that.
I'm actually thinking though it could be the TRX 4000 for me. I could have like $300, $400, or $500 in brass in that, plus a 6S 30,000 milliamp battery that I paid like. I think Genzay's helped me out on that for sure, and they gave me as good a deal as possible. They're like when they did, they're like, we'll give you this as good as possible, but just the hazmat tax on this battery is like $75. So I think I paid like $300 or $400 for that battery.
Good Lord. Oh, I missed this one because I was parked in the other comments for a little while, but Josh uses knuckle chunks to fill the gaps in his pockets.
Still hurts.
The screenshot after you did it.
Was that screenshot really the real screenshot? I don't know, but it sure seemed like it was.
It was so great.
Was that last week? Because oh my God,
it was a week ago today.
That hurt.
If it wasn't for holy cow, I missed a lot of comments. Sorry, guys. If it wasn't the RCP, if it wasn't the RCPC, because that truck is very expensive, and the trailer was not cheap either. Like that was probably
the truck and trailer we didn't have as cost to ourselves.
Oh, that's
so
true.
I'm trying to take that out.
PC components also not so much. Okay, so if that's the case,
I still spent a lot of money on that RCPC.
Steam truck for me.
Oh, the steam truck, because you had bought like an $800 steam engine.
Try again.
Was it more than $800?
Oh yes. Oh my God, yes.
Was it $1,500?
It might have been a little bit more than that.
What?
I think all told, once it arrived, like with tax and conversions and everything, I think it was like an $1,800 steam engine.
God. I've bought dumb shit.
I know.
I don't know that I've ever done that.
I love that truck though.
Honestly, I can't. That truck is so underappreciated for what it was. When you put out like the little video that you put up on Instagram and Facebook, I'm like, this could literally be one of those videos that I could see that gets passed around to Facebook and has 20 million views. Like I literally thought that, and I told you that. And it just like I feel like that's one you need to repost now with Reels.
Oh, that's a good idea. Or I could put it on TikTok.
Whatever it is, but like that is one of those things that it was such an It is such an impressive truck. Yeah. In a way that
DK is saying $1,200. Maybe it was $1,200. I can't remember now.
I've never spent $1,200 on something so dumb. I don't know if I have. I think
I'm sure
honestly,
you have.
For you to out-dumb me is tough.
It was one of those things. It's like your thing that you're making right now. It's the same kind of thing. I wanted to do it. I wanted to do it right. I knew what I needed to get.
You bought a single dumb piece. I don't know. You may have done it. You may have bested, which is tough.
Where's the steam engine right now? It's still right here.
Again, thank you, sir. Have you tried the HomeTopic Chromaster Pro 12 turn? What do you think of it for TRX4? Chromaster 12 turn. 12 turn's still pretty good. Decent speed. Overall, I think that's a good choice for that truck. So yeah, I think that's a good shot. I've used a lot of the Chromaster Pros, but never the 12 turn. 13 turn, things like that, yes, but not that one. There it is. When you built that truck, what, 3 years ago now? 4 years ago?
4 years ago, yeah, because I took it to East Coast Scale Challenge 2018.
How do you feel it stands up to today? As far as your
terms
build,
of
in terms of what you do and feel and how you feel about it.
I feel pretty good about it still. I think most of the like fabrication work that I did was pretty good. The 3D stuff I could do a lot better now, for sure. And in terms of like how I built the whole back end of it out of styrene, and had to like fireproof the inside of it
Yeah.
so it wouldn't melt every time I used it. I'd probably do that differently.
What would you do differently though? It's like if you throw out 3D printing, you could have.
Well, no, I wouldn't 3D print it. That's for sure. I might have used like a different material. I don't know. There's a lot about it that I still really like.
Massively cool.
I would make it lighter.
Truck.
I would definitely make it lighter.
Fair.
Because it's extremely heavy. I'd also like to redo the gearing and the reduction, because it's not fast. It's not even slow. It's like, what's worse than slow? It's that, whatever that is.
What's worse than slow? Scale.
It's just one notch above stationary. It works, but not well. So that's something I would do. That's the most expensive thing I think I've done. In terms, well, actually, no, not the Ripper. It's the Loco Hawk for sure.
Yeah.
Steam truck. That's the most expensive thing.
Some people have some suggestions of possible vehicles that we have. And again, I'm trying to take into account like a lot of these things, luckily enough, we're able to get for a lower cost than what you would add up the total of the value of the parts for, through either relationships with companies that we've worked with, or someone was saying like you added one up and it was up to whatever dollar amount, and like, well, yeah, but like my brazen scale, it was like $2,000 worth of parts, but Brett from Brazen gave me the chassis and the braces, and I think I used a Holmes servo on that, which he gave me. Well, no, I bought the Holmes servo and motor, but at a better price. The transmission and the upgrades in that came from Vanquish, so I didn't have to pay for those. It's little things like that make it easier to build so many ridiculous trucks at these stupid costs.
We've done some very dumb things.
The TRX-6 was not.
TRX-6 was
that was
expensive.
Not cheap. The amount I spent in carbon fiber and titanium again. I bought like $150 worth of titanium screws, and
I mean that's almost as much as I spent in chassis rails.
If you counted up Matt's overnight shipping costs from Traxxas to Canada, overnight shipping to Canada for bent chassis rails.
Hello, Mr. Man.
Which you'll never believe this.
I did it again. I'm sorry. Hey, what are you guys doing? Do you feel like dropping something off at UPS?
Yeah, like if you wouldn't mind buying these parts their own personal plane ticket, like if you could get them a seat so that they could be in here in 4 or 5 hours, that'd be super beneficial to me in my current situation.
You don't need to get a taxi at the airport. I'll be
there. Just make sure that someone personally catered.
I'm holding up a sign that says Traxxas. Oh, God.
Arthur Estridge says, what happened was...
All or none RC, thank you very much. So Josh missed it, but thanks both of you. I just ordered 4 bags of Armageddon and a bag of Original.
I'm sorry I
will
missed
be eating it while I build my BRX-02. BRX-02, that's something speaking of expensive, I was looking at the BRX-02 because, I like trucks that don't, leaf springs and stuff, whatever. And I started to add it up and I was like, oof. That's a spicy meatball. That's a spicy meatball for a leaf sprung truck.
we should talk about Scale Garage Systems. See, I can get it right on the first try, Matt. But before that, Jeremy Fish, thank you, sir. Email sent, thank you so much. Also, your drag videos has some pretty badass, fast 132-foot wheelies. Agreed. But 132 feet. I think if we did longest wheelie, like I could.
We'd be talking about how many football fields.
I was thinking if we could hit a mile.
Oh my God, if we could, that would be great.
I'm just saying, like, I think like if we really start trying to push it, like we start looking at we're needing long. Chase vehicles or segways at the very least.
Going.
It brings into a whole different thought the location scouting that we would need.
Yeah, it's true. I don't think I have that kind of space. It'd be like hello, Ministry of Transportation. Yeah, can we shut down the 401? Yes, I need all 8 lanes. Thank you.
I can't keep anything straight.
We're not going straight here on this one, guys. Chainsaw parts box build. Don't buy anything. I don't think that's fair for either of us. That's not a build that either of us should ever do,
because it would be off-putting with the title and then outcome, and
yeah. Fortunately, I had an entire Phoenix that I'm not using in a box.
You want to talk about alienating the everyman? I work in this industry every day, all day, and then when I get home, Tony says, "Golf cart ready to chase." Oh, I feel like me and Tony would be spending some time together for the long. All right, you drive.
Gosh, yeah.
I feel like I'd have to have a quick swap transmitter battery option available. Just being like, we could run this thing dead.
Yeah,
I may have to be able to.
This might. I'm gonna have to eat something.
Getting peckish.
Yes. So it drives so long as there's no headwind. Oh, DK's talking about the steam truck. I actually the driving video that I did at Axial Fest actually had some terrain in it, and I was impressed with the performance.
Yeah. The good thing was that you didn't have to use any slow motion in that vehicle or in that video.
It's true. It was all slow motion.
Oh, Perry G. Open diff wheelies, steering brakes, figure 8 loop. That's when you start looking at do you say no? You have to say no wheelie bar to try and make it, But then do you start trying to do the Arduino thing where it balances itself? That's half to be where we'd go.
Bryson, I may have asked this question before, but how do we get into the industry in similar ways as you guys? Well, if you want to go the way Josh did, you have to work for the city.
I was a private consultant firm.
Oh, you were a private consultant. Okay. So you have to work in traffic cone placement school. And then after that, I don't know, just make friends with people at Vanquish.
Right. That's how it all works.
No, it's I never really thought that I would be in this industry. So I built tiny trucks and made connections with people like Josh and just kind of went from there.
I basically got Matt everywhere he's wanted to be. So
actually, well, that's not entirely untrue. You have certainly elevated a lot of my stuff.
I've been very, very, Matt and I are good friends, and we obviously do a lot of these videos. And someone sent me an email like, "Hey, I got this friend. He also likes computers."
He builds computers too. He doesn't actually.
But he will.
He will for you.
But seriously, for what I did, and what Matt just said, just built tiny trucks. That's what I did too, and I just documented them. At the time it wasn't through video because at the time most of the threads were SCX 10 build 56K equals death, and
right. You've said that before, but you also forget
loaded with photos.
and always like flexing on a can of like natty ice
on top of your
natural
on top
ice
of your washing machine.
On top of your washing
or
machine.
a stove.
Yeah. I did some pictures where I put the truck in the washing machine.
Did you turn it on and make a GIF?
No. Jay Kilburn. BRX02 is worth every penny. Eh? Is it? All right. I mean, I've got some money in my PayPal account.
Josh, how far are you from Alameda, Naz? I don't know what Naz means, but I'm not that far from Alameda County, and I have to feel like Naz must be somewhere in that. Is that nautical aerobatic station? I don't know what that means. Naz. What does it mean? I can't be that far.
Is that like a Navy air station?
Ooh, that sounds like a possibility. Alameda County is where the Mythbusters did a lot of their testing.
Oh, maybe that's
Naval Air Station is correct.
Naval Air Station. Oh my God!
How did you guess that?
Holy cow! I feel so smart.
That's when I think NAS, I think of like a NAS server. Like,
I think about Naz the rapper. So it's like, is he in Alameda? I don't think so. Craig Thompson said he might have access to a private airport with a full runway.
Oh, where's your RC Dave? Is in your area. He knows a lot, but he doesn't really need the distance. Like, he needs distance to do crazy high speed stuff. But like, those guys are still. Those guys are still like get
That's
going.
That might be on roads.
Yeah. So probably not going to work
with like stoplights and stuff. So that
this will devolve into RC segways. That's.
Dave busted his wrist apparently, so he's probably typing a lot slower these days.
Well, not laughing at his busted wrist. Just you're joking. Sorry, my apologies.
Dale C. How to lose your followers in one easy video. That's for the parts
bent. Like, yeah, it turns out I just had everything I needed to build exactly what I ever wanted. Like, wow, thanks guys.
That would not. First, for this parts bin challenge, I'd like to thank all of my sponsors who sent me all this stuff.
Dark Horse Garage says Josh slept with John Holmes to be a team driver, which is a true story.
Which is true.
Like,
that is true.
We were in the same base. Like, you want to be a team driver? I'm like, sure, but I don't think this is the time to ask. Like, you know what? You know where that conversation happened,
what do I
Matt?
need to do, John? Tell me.
John Holmes and I were sharing a bed in a hotel room in Alabama.
Of course you are.
For East Coast Challenge.
Nice.
Oh my God. First,
on.
I would like to say that Jesse says he's making an assumption here. And it says, slowly unsubs from Matt's channel for knowing who Lil Nas is. But I think Matt was referring to the OG.
I'm referring to Nas, the only one.
Not.
I know who Lil Nas X is, but Nas is not Lil
Nas
X.
Take horse to the old time road.
There's nothing wrong with Lil Nas X either. It's just, he's an entertainer and whatever. Okay. But yeah, I was talking about Nas.
Did you use the safety sheet?
As in, like...
You know what that is, Matt?
I'm sure I do.
That's when, if two men ever have to share a bed, one has to sleep on top of the sheet, one has to sleep underneath the sheet. So there's always...
God, you got some real problems.
Listen, when I was in comp crawling,
when
I was in the comp crawling game,
like that.
there was a lot of times when I was to the point I was just like, listen, I don't have enough money to get a hotel room for myself. And then be like, hey, do 3 other dudes also want to share this hotel room? I'm like, yup. Like, how much is it a night? $70. Sweet. That's like $22.50 done. It's bad math, but still.
Are you guys still going to do the cheapest 10th crawler or 1/10 crawler challenge?
The good news is that takes almost no preparation other than shipping time.
Yeah, exactly. We can afford that.
Thanks to
Yeah.
Velocity Addiction, Perry G, Jeremy Fish, Pauk. Just reading all of the Field MTB, all or not. Anyway, there was one that I missed here
Thanks,
recently.
guys.
And Velocity Addiction. Monthly Mayhem rule. Loser has to get the winner's vehicle tattooed.
Oof.
I would agree to that.
I got lots of space. You what? Oh, because you're so sure you'll win.
No, not even.
You just really want a cool RC tattoo.
I mean, sure.
What?
Just because
I'm confused.
am someone who's open-minded enough to know how a rule is written. And be like, it has to be tattooed. It just has to be tattooed on something. To be on tattooed on a piece of pork butt.
The rules are changing.
They're never changing. They're just not clear enough. So that there's always a way around it.
Kilburn said the floor is always an option, but you chose to be on the bed together.
John Holmes is a pretty tiny man. He's not
a big guy.
5'9", 5'10", and doesn't weigh a whole.
To be fair, Josh is also not very big.
I'm a statue of a man.
Yeah, in ninth scale. He's a ninth scale man, 78 inches tall. Kilburn, can you DM me on Instagram? I want to know more about your BRX02. I'm serious.
Yes, I would like you to email Matt as well. Don't send it to me.
All right. So we didn't get anything for mail call. Honestly, I didn't get anything. Somebody wanted to see the mud truck. It's over here. But like nothing's changed. It's still just the truck, basically. Are the tires soft? Yes.
At least you keep it clean.
Yes, they are. Well, it's been unseasonably cold here.
Unseasonably, yeah.
It's been so cold.
Is TRX6 worth the cost? Yes.
Yeah, I think so. I really like the TRX6.
Not a big fan of 6x6s.
No. But this one's very good.
TRX6, there has not been a better one.
No, it goes hella fast, too. You can get that sucker up to at least 60. You will void the warranty, though. So if you sent in the warranty card, they're not going to honor it.
Oh, my God. SCX 6x6x6.
It was good. The TRX6 is great.
Yes, it is. Big fan.
Paul Schulman, this is bad news for you, Josh, if this is true, and this might make the news next week. Went into my LHS today to order a dancing rider. They told me they couldn't. It was discontinued. So you may want to look into that.
Moment of silence.
I'm dancing rider. We hardly knew ye.
I think I still have one or two new in the box just in case, but still, what the hell?
I powered this one good too. AE5 ESC.
Mine has a BR Mini in it.
Stock motor.
Mine has a Holmes BR Mini.
Talk about overkill. But did you detail the man?
No. He was white.
No, of course he didn't. Stupid. Well, that's sad, disparaging news. I hope that's not true.
Tower says no longer available.
Oh, no. They realized it was so useless. Chris Evans.
It's so good.
Captain America.
Order one from Amazon. Yes, order them quick.
Yeah, if they still have them, get them. Chris Evans. What is the width of your Class 1 body in millimeters? I only work in squares, Chris. What is the width of my body in millimeters? Well, actually, I don't need to measure the real truck. Just measure my spare test thingy. Ooh. It is.
Measure it at the wide point, not at the bottom where it tapers in.
No, the bottom is the widest point.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. What, Jeeps are not wider at the top.
No, but it's wider about a ½ inch down.
Well, okay.
Thank you.
I'll give you that
one. You answer that question. I'll be back.
100 and 168 millimeters. Yep. Hope that helps. In the meantime, I was working on, don't look at the front. That was a test grill. I have a new grill right here, but this test grill, I'm taking off this right now, and it crunched a little bit.
How'd you break it?
But that's because I was taking it off. I used some CA loosener.
Yeah. Loosener?
And
is that
I was
a thing?
Trying to. Yeah, it is. It's a CA uncure.
Wow. Chief.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on.
Chief's being a bad kitty. Anyway, I'm taking this off to replace it because now this has the proper mounts on the bottom. That's how I'm going to mount it to the chassis. I took that one off because I was just playing around trying to do some other stuff. So don't look at that. But I did mount it on the rear. So it's all like mounted to the chassis now.
I have a pepper stuck in my nose.
Oh, is that why you had to leave?
It's not. It didn't get any better.
Oh dear. Well, are you eating the Carolina Reaper?
But it's not so that it's hot. I have a pepper stuck in my nose.
This will get away from you. Were you testing near the Kia dealership? Were you using the Dremel again? Oh, you guys. Hey, Tony CCRC is here.
I just got a message here. It says Tony CCXRC is on Matt's channel.
For someone that hates Angry Eye Jeeps, Matt seems to have had several.
He's just getting his Jeep. He's just getting his Jeep ready for Alabama. Bye. Not.
Should I duct tape some Angry Eyes for when or should I like swap out my stock LEDs for those what's that speaker? JW speaker?
Yeah.
Is that the company name? And they also make like a bunch of really horrid LED light swaps for your JK.
Oh, do they? I did not know that.
Oof. Yeah. You can have like the rainbow LED if you want.
Oh, wow. Buck Dandy, thanks, sir. Tamiya is re-releasing a new one called the Easy Rider. It's got a longer front end.
Oh, yeah. Googly eyes for maximum scalar points. Yes, Moose John, you're right. What did we want to talk to Tony about?
His 4-week challenge of sorts to make something that shouldn't go fast.
That sounds, Tony, just letting you know right now.
Our lawyers are faxing you some documents.
Yeah. We've got some faxes coming your way. And if they don't arrive by a fax, we'll be telegramming them. Western Union will be sending you a telegram.
Skywriting is also an option.
Reverse the Angry Eye to surprise eyes. Yes.
I like intrigued. It's just one side.
I had sad eyes on an FJ Cruiser.
Honestly, all FJ Cruisers should have that.
Quiet.
The worst. The worst.
No,
Yes,
they're
they
not.
are. I would
For their time,
rather have
they were
a
great.
Jeep Cherokee of any generation. Literally any generation.
You know what? That's the stupidest thing I've heard you say all night. And there's been a lot of stupid things said.
I'll take it over FJ Cruiser.
I can't believe that you would take a Cherokee.
Literally, even the new ones.
Ugh. Look, I had one of those. They're not that bad.
Would still take it over any FJ Cruiser. The actual FJ Cruiser. Not early Land Cruiser, FJ 40s or things like that. But the FJ Cruiser.
You're not making a lot of friends
the
with
stupid
Richard
3
tonight.
windshield wiper, ugly.
Tony said, sounds very familiar. We just do it with less personality and smaller scale.
What intrigued me most about the one that Tony was doing, because I'm like, oh, I'm tempted. It's that the Enduro 24 has plastic gears. So I'm just like, I was thinking, yes. I was like, one day, because the gears aren't, that truck is not going to last longer than one day. So I'm either going to have to buy 10 of them to try harder than that, or
buy 30 of them.
That's the only way to make that thing last in that challenge, you're just going to need more of them.
He goes, yeah, as I wrote the rules, I was like, this isn't a copy at all.
How long should we give them? 4 weeks.
What should we call it? Weekly craziness. Spider-Man, no, I bought the CA Undoer not for my fingers, but specifically for the purpose of getting these parts apart again.
Oh, it's still in there.
30-day challenge.
It's still there. Oh, it's terrible. Dale C, thank you, sir.
Well, you're just going to have to deal with
you
it.
just said something awesome. Skyrider. Send the dual rider off in fashion for the next WM. You meant MM, maybe? Unless you're... sorry, he might have been confusing it with CCXRC Weekly Mayhem. But that's actually WWWW.
Right, sorry, no, that's not a
4
thing.
W's, like 4 weeks Mayhem. Madness, I think. Sorry. I'm getting confused. Weekly.
Yeah, 30-day madness.
Most flight time on a dual rider. Again, we're going to need 30 of them. Damn it.
Nope, that one didn't survive either. We'll call it... This Adam Tevin. We'll call it Crazy 1/12 of a year. That's very good.
Yeah, yes, it is.
That's very
yes,
good.
It is, Adam.
And now, Tony, that is what you do have to call it. Because you know what? That's what we're calling it.
What?
The Element Enduro 1/12 of a year craziness.
One Lacos RC says, if Josh drives to Proline by the Fire 2022, we're parking our FJs right next to him.
Yes. Teach him a lesson in his non-truck.
Last year, I drove a Navigator to Proline by the Fire.
You did?
Yep.
The previous year, when we were there together,
yes,
you drove a Honda.
Did I drive a Honda?
Yes.
I might have. It sounds possible.
He said, there's nothing wrong with someone else doing a semi-bi-monthly chaotic challenge.
4 week 4 loco challenge.
The bi-weekly belligerence.
Oh my goodness.
Tony goes, I love it. The 1/12 of a year, 1/24 scale, put it together a thought. Oh boy. All right.
It's
So are you going to do it then?
so like, but are we going to do this or not? Like,
I got nothing else going on.
Oh, I'm so tempted is the problem. And I know that RC Country still had some of these in stock. Moose Jaw's still in here. Can they still have some of those in stock, Moose Jaw?
Don't tell them. Don't tell them,
I'm just
Joe.
thinking like, so can I tell you another passion project that I have? Let's start calling them that. I like to refer to all my things as passion projects now.
It's a passion project. Oh yeah? Yeah, it still has to be done in 43 days from now, but
exactly. I want to build like the old school SoCal Speed Shop Bonneville Salt Flat fuel tanker speed.
Oh yeah, nice.
Out of the actual
yeah, like out of an actual fuel tank.
I really want to build one of those. And I think that now I've finally accumulated enough tools, maybe I'll have to add a few more, to actually accomplish that.
Like a full-scale one? Oh.
Our scale.
Oh.
I don't want to build build a real one. If I'm building a real anything, it's, well... I may have purchased something dumb.
Oh. What else is new?
So, you've probably seen on my Instagram before, the gas-powered drift trike.
Yes.
Bought a new chassis. A weld-it-yourself version. Because let me tell you, the chassis that came on this $1,000 gas-powered drift trike is made out...
You could do it better.
It's made out of the same tubing that they assemble like the clothing racks at JCPenney out of. Like,
okay.
Like, you're drifting this thing, and I'm just like this. It's got a
things are flexing,
scraping sound, and then you realize that it's actually the chassis in the middle.
Oh boy!
And then I'm just like, David, did you tighten this down? And he's just like, yeah. And I was like, okay. So I like double checked his work because I didn't believe him. And I was like, oh no, this is loose. And then I started tightening it. And I was like, oh, this never gets tight. He goes, oh yeah, it's stripped.
So you did.
I'm like, oh, so you tightened it until it turned into righty-loosey. Like, okay. I'm like, I'm glad we're sliding around our parking lot at 25 or 30 miles an hour next to vehicles. He's like, it's fine. And now the other problem is that the throttle sticks because the drift trike chassis flexed so much that it pinched to the throttle cable between the pavement and the chassis. And it's just, so you really got to force it back closed.
Oh my God.
I've decided that I'm like,
that's what you're going to do, eh?
Weld up this new chassis. And then I think at that time,
can I just stop you for a second?
Yes, because I'm going to search for something to show you the other dumb thing.
I think you should really cool it on anything that isn't RC because you don't have time for just that.
I have decided that I'm only going to do the things that I like to do. So,
okay.
You're not going to come to work anymore? No, I'm just going to. So you're going to quit? I'm just going to stop going.
I'm going to be there. Yeah, I'm there, but I'm not participating. Adam Tebbin, and see if you remember this. All of Mike's projects are passion projects. It's true. How do you think Cutter feels about that?
He feels left out. Mike and Rick are close.
Yeah, he does.
And Cutter's just on the outside. And
Cutter's
and
like,
honestly,
hey, did somebody say
and
Cutter?
there's a rift between him and Keith, so they're not that close either. So it's just like
Keith and Cutter are no longer friends. That's what it says on the back of both of their packages. Don't let Keith see Cutter.
So, speaking of my drift...
Cutter slept with Keith's wife.
God. Speaking of my drift trike revival.
There we What else stupid have
You know
you
what?
been
I
doing?
didn't do this yet, but I thought of you as soon as that I ran across it.
Oh, I'm interested
Because
now.
for the drift trike, or at least something that could be easily adapted to the drift trike, they sell a.
I can't see that.
Can you see it now?
Oh,
These, my
I'm
friend,
in.
are 24-inch. Well, I think the tracks themselves are a little bit smaller than that, but they're for an ATV specifically, which would be perfectly sized for the drift trike. So we're thinking, if everything works out right, you're going to build the drift trike, have a good time, but then next winter,
they're going to send it to me.
We're just going to put tracks on and take it up the hill. And we'll at least think of you while we're having fun. Wouldn't that make it much slower? Absolutely.
Oh, and how?
That's why we'll think of Matt.
Well, but then you have to crash into a curb.
So,
for it to truly be
trikes.
the right experience.
Yes, exactly. And nothing will.
It's the type of tube that when they chrome it, the wall thickness doubles.
That honestly, that it is. It's exactly that, except they used crinkle paint instead of chrome, but exactly the same principle.
Mike, Keith, Cutter, and Rick share hotel beds.
I'm offended. So, yeah.
Yeah, you should. Buck Dandy said you'll probably need to borrow my welding hat for that.
Can you send that down for just a moment?
Yeah, I'll get you your own.
Yeah, we are going to we're going to just dive in. Quick swap of the chassis. Shouldn't take anything. May add a handbrake. Nope. Who knows?
That's a day.
A night at least. Maybe 2 nights max.
Maybe 2 or 3 hours.
So, really looking forward to it.
I like it. I don't think it's a bad idea.
And you know what? It's a video opportunity. Good time nonetheless. And I think that there's probably an opportunity to throw some more send cut send plugs in there.
It's ship weld ship, I think.
Ship. Yeah. Their sister company.
Blue Dooley said they work in a machine shop. Why didn't they just build their own drift trikes?
Because sometimes it's just like, hey, this drift trike costs $1,000, $900 or so, shipped, and it's just like we have to buy the motor and find the wheels and the axles and all this. And it's just like, it seems like I could just buy this and be done, and it will cost me less, and that was why. How many days are in between those 1-day jobs? Yeah. Tony is doing his quad weekly madness challenge. I may rip off Adam Savage's 1-day builds. 24-hour assemblies. So
1/7 of a week assemblies.
Yeah. So,
are you calling that new drift trike the Ripper 2?
Sons of bitches.
It's a bannable offense, guys. Can't say that. Can't say that word. Josh gets very upset.
Oh my goodness.
Hurts him in his areas.
Yeah. So, lots of fun going on. I'm going to miss a little bit of build time on my Class 1 this weekend because I'm traveling.
That's
shortly.
Good.
So
I'm going to take big advantage of that and get some more stuff done. My list keeps getting shorter. Yeah.
Hey Josh, where does the battery go in your Class 1? Don't you worry about that. I will show shortly.
Where is it going to go?
Don't worry about
it. In a trailer.
Yeah, exactly. It's going to go on the roof rack, and it's going to be a functional scale point. So
he's going to encase it in a Pelican case
that's shaped
and
molded.
Just magnet things to it.
I'm just going to use. I'm going to actually buy like 70 or 80 TI Instruments TI-63s and take the solar panels out of each one of them and cover the roof with it. And then I'm just going to and then I'm just going to move a servo over them.
The lights are powered with a solar cell. Tony said, these guys flatter themselves thinking I actually watch their YouTube videos. 100% of this is a 30% original idea. Oh my God.
But yeah, the battery is actually going to go in this area here in the passenger footwell area. There's actually a plethora of room there to hold the very tiny battery that this will use.
A 6 milliamp hour.
9 times.
Niner. It's a 9er alpha kilo.
Gunnerness, thanks, sir. Side race at the 24-hour Camtech race, drift trikes.
I'm down if there's a second drift trike. So I'm not bringing my own.
Yeah. That's going to be a great topic for next week.
Why? What?
Inside a vintage air replica. Yes. Also, those often sit right underneath that area, I think.
Tony said, wait until you guys see our totally original, never done before Trax van. Built on a Kyosho Mini 4x4. Oh, man.
Tony, we love you.
Did I catch a 9er in there?
In all of your Monster Jam-esque ideas.
God, that guy really does like monster trucks.
He does love him some monster trucks.
If it's got a monster truck in it, he's probably seen it.
Oh my God.
Monster Jam. Monster Jam Europe. Monster Jam
Australia. He's the Bubba Gump of monster trucks. Monster Jam, Monster Truck, Monster Jam, Monster Mash, Monster Mutt.
Samson.
John Roberts RC, thank you, sir. Have you ever built a RC sail trike? Matter of fact, I have. I had the Bat 1 land yacht, which was a Hobby King special, and it had a sail on it that from the ground sat probably yay high, roughly the size of your standard household cat wheel. And
great form of measurement. Everyone's got one of those.
Just compare it to your cat wheel that you have in your home, roughly that size.
I almost beard up my nose.
Yes, I bought I remember the night specifically. I was working late. It was like 1 or 2 a.m. I was working in Kansas City when I was working for the engineering firm. And I was like redlining some plans. It was 1 or 2 in the morning. I was still at the office. And I was just like, I jumped on the internet and somehow someone had posted the world's most pointless vehicle, the sailplane, or the land yacht, it was called. And I was like,
and you were like, pointless vehicle? Like, that sounds like
honestly,
me.
It was before my affinity for 3 wheels had really taken off.
Oh, wow.
And I was just like, that is something I need. I need a land yacht.
It's funny that you guys mentioned land yachts because over on the forum, there's at least 2 guys doing snow planes right now, where it's basically a ski wheeled vehicle of some description.
Perfect. Yesternight, it's ski wheeled,
and it's got a big giant fan on the back, like a big.
So
propeller,
it's a swamp boat for the snow.
Yeah, it's a snowboat.
It's a snowboat with land skis.
Yeah, for wheels.
Ski wheels. And
but I got to tell you, they look pretty fun, and they go very fast.
Fast for the Scale Builders Guild, or fast for?
No, fast for any RC vehicle.
Well, that's impressive.
So mean.
These do 60 scale miles per hour. Thank you.
How many cat wheels was that wheelie? That's how you're going to be measuring.
Oh, I can do the wheelie in the cat wheel. How many revolutions?
If you can get that thing to do a wheelie in a cat wheel, I'd be impressed. Some would say monster trucks. I don't get it. I'm sorry, I don't get it.
You know what?
And I've built an MST. I know what a monster truck looks like.
Snow skidder, snowboating, snowboard. Yeah, you know what?
Snowboating, I think, is what you do with a real boat. You just put it in the snow.
Okay, I could see that. I could accept that. Ski wheeling is a proper. I think that's
ski wheels.
There.
It's a lot like a ski, but it's where you would put your wheel.
I feel like that's the shoe wheels. You know, it's where it's got all the shoes around.
Yes, yeah. What was that? What's that guy's name again?
Mickey Mouse?
No, because there's a builder that made a wheel with shoes on it.
Is it
He's British.
The British guy? I follow him for his tunnel building.
Yeah, he's building a tunnel.
What's his name?
Someone help.
Colin Furs. Yes.
Furs.
I find his tunneling absolutely fascinating. I love it. It's my favorite project. I always wait for the next update.
Yeah.
The rest of his things I haven't followed as much, but his tunnel to his bunker, absolutely incredible, and I love it. Josh, will the cat wheel also be powering the charger to charge the battery? Did we invent an unlimited power machine? Yeah. It's
well, those cats, if those cats are any indication of how much they enjoy it.
Oh my, it's only one of them that uses it. Chief is honestly just too uncoordinated to get the hang of it. You would think that he would, you put him on it and he's just Sookie is on it nonstop.
Sucker. Speaking of vampires, I started watching What We Do in the Shadows. Have you seen that show?
I feel like Nicole has watched it.
It was originally like I think it was a movie originally. Taika Waititi and Jermaine Clement from.
Are you saying real words? Are you making these sounds up?
Or from New Zealand. I know you're not much of a film guy, but it's a very funny show.
I think Nicole watches that. Not one that I've watched. Heading to cover. We had a hard freeze warning pop up here tonight. So safe. I hope everyone in Northern California is safe. It's supposed to get just below 30. So best of luck to everybody. Yeah.
30. Oh, man. Hope you guys have heaters and stuff.
So.
Yeah, I know.
It's very chilly. So.
Yeah. Better put on a pair of pants. Instead of the shorts you guys are always wearing there.
It was cold today. It was like in the 50s. It only got up in like maybe 50-ish.
Ooh.
Don't worry. A couple days, we'll be back in the 60s and then 70 by the beginning of the week. So.
I'm pretty sure I'm going to be like I'm going to drive, and on the Alabama trip I'm going to drive, and I'm going to stop in like Nashville, and I'm going to paint the trucks, and then I'm going to keep going.
That would really be something that would be like, this is Josh's channel now, like. Honestly.
All right, we're almost to the comp. And paint's not dry yet.
My first nationals event like an actual nationals event, was in Moab, Utah in 2008. And I went through tech with a clear body. And then by the first course, I was running an orange body. I painted it after tech, before the first course. I didn't have time to get...
That's incredible.
Yeah. 16-hour drive to get there.
Incredible.
We did it in one shot, no stops other than for gas. Got there. I had finished putting together the truck in the car. Holmes was with me. Another night. We traveled to the...
He was making the bed. He was packing up all of his toiletries.
Holmes was with us on that trip. And I remember, finished putting together the truck, got everything done. Tech, spray painted that Axial XC1 body. You remember that one? This is the one that came on the ARTR. Spray painted it Deer Hunter orange. Sticker slapped onto the first course.
Let's go.
Let's do this. I think there was a little Moab dust sprinkled in there for good luck and for carelessness.
Oh my God. I'm nervous about that part of it, because if the weather doesn't turn somewhat reasonably nice here, I'm in trouble. I really am.
The only reason you would be in trouble
could run these
is because Rebecca would be mad at the paint fumes that would happen from painting in your shop. Like,
yeah, that's true.
Paint in the house.
Yeah.
Be a man.
What I might have to do is just do an acrylic color base and then run outside with clear, so it's shiny.
None of that makes any sense to me. You're talking fancy terms now. Dumb it down. Like, what color can does this come in?
It's like house paint, but it's in a smaller jar.
And SBG just figured out he can cut a hole and add an HVAC vent. Like, I know. Like,
yeah, but that makes the fumes worse now.
I think it pressurizes and it helps. There's a window in that room too, right?
Oh, I wouldn't call it a window. I would call it a trap door.
Perfect. Crack it. You're set.
I don't know.
I'm telling you, you'll be fine. I've painted inside many a time.
Any plans? Well, that's debatable. Any plans to attend some events in Canada? Yes, probably. GCM's,
I saw they announced one.
Planning on hosting some event. I'll probably be at that one, depending on when it is.
I didn't see when it was. I'm thinking of going to K&K this year.
Yeah, I might head down for that.
Thinking that could be worth the trip.
Well, it's been a while since I've had any Cincinnati style chili. So
you know what? I've never done that.
You gotta have
5-star or something like. What do they call it? It's a 5-star.
No, 5. I had it in my head, and you made me think 5-star. It's not 5-star. It's Gold Star. That's it. And then the other one. What's the other one? There's Gold Star.
Cleveland
Steamer. No,
that's honestly what Cincinnati chili sounds like to me. Like
in Cincinnati
Skyline chili.
Skyline
5 alarm. Freddie Hammond, thank you, sir. Chili. Hey, Buttercups. When is Axial Fest in California this year? And keep up the amazing work. Thank you, sir, for the donation.
Do not know.
No official information has been announced yet about that event. Honestly, this week, I would keep an eye. You won't. I think that this week, ish.
I don't know.
Pretty sure.
Nobody tells me anything. Probably because I leak it all. You guys heard of the fire team?
Oh my God. What's up?
Dave, I know. I know.
What?
I know.
Is he giving you logical suggestions
he's telling
on how
me
to paint?
He's telling me I can airbrush it. I know, but I don't want to do that. I want good quality automotive paint.
You can get
I want to paint them with Porsche colors. I want to really class these up.
You're painting Jeep-like vehicles, and if you've ever owned a Jeep, you know that their paint quality, not great.
Mine's still good. I got the good day.
You got the good.
Whatever day it was, I got the good day. It's not bubbling yet.
Perfect. So, yeah, that's did I miss mail call tonight? Not really, kind of.
No.
I got
Nobody
some
did.
send parts, and then the rest of my parts, I don't think I told the story, I accidentally had sent to my brother's house in Austin, Texas, because Nicole had recently sent something down there, and I didn't check the send to address when I hit ship. So,
Austin, Texas.
My gauge pins and 3D printer filament and another little like specialty set of tube bender plier things are down there. Either way, made some real good choices. I did some good things.
What's the yellow dually behind me? Well, this is a truck from all the way from Mother Russia.
Which
Luxor's
sounds
catch
like things got pretty real while we've been on stream.
Apparently so. Yeah, maybe check the news later. Yeah, but yeah, just a big long Toyota dually.
Favorite Jeep color? Stingray.
Yeah,
color.
it's the only color. Every other color is wrong.
Unless it's black, which is also a viable option.
Maybe red. Maybe firecracker red. It's pretty nice.
Pumpkin orange is also pretty good.
I also like nacho. Sarge, not a bad color either.
Now you're getting out of hand.
So, all of them. All of them except that snazberry. That is
the new
terrible
pink
color.
one?
There's another new one.
Oh.
There's snazberry and
Mojito's not bad.
Pink
That's
color.
the bright green, right?
It's okay.
FDM versus resin. If you only have one of them, you need the FDM. Unless you're mainly into like unless you're mainly into like Dungeons and Dragons stuff. Or whatever.
What are you saying?
He said FDM versus resin. And I said if you only have one, you need the FDM.
Yep, 100%. Resin is good for detail stuff. Like a steering wheel, perhaps.
Looks like a steering wheel.
Looks pretty nice. Yeah, or like a seat. Seats are pretty
Unreasonable.
Yeah, you don't really need to do it for that. Or like
Dungeons and Dragons stuff.
Pretty ladies. RC Nerds sent me that. Yeah, but yeah, I would definitely go FDM before I went resin. I have a resin printer because I have the need for detail stuff, but the resin printer doesn't get nearly the same amount of use that the FDM one.
Exactly. Which is what I need to get to after this stream is I need to start getting back to some design stuff. Well, I might put on these new parts that I got from SendCut Mail. SendCutSend.com.
Weldcut Mail.
Weldcut Mail. Email.
The music you chose for the yellow truck video turned me on to the band Royal Deluxe. What yellow truck? I have a yellow truck?
The Toyota, maybe? The little one?
I don't have that one. The Marlin, you mean?
Drive?
I don't think so. Maybe the Bronco. Maybe he's thinking about the Bronco video.
That is yellow.
It's
call it
what is it
Cyber
called?
Orange.
Cyber Orange. That's right. All right, are we wrapping this one up?
Let's say thank you to some people.
Yep. Thank you to Gunnar Nissen, Brian Harrison, Blind Guy RC, Gunnar Nissen, Tony Thompson, All or None RC. Thank you, gents.
Thank you to, why won't it let me? I gotta hide the pinned First, the pinned post at the top, satisfiedjerky.com. Hashtag I will never financially recover from this is the discount code, which will get you through the end of the day.
That is correct.
I have to unhide that so I can see the top one, though. Unpin. Sneaky Guns. Thank you, sir. Pauk, All or None RC, Field MTB, Jeremy Fish, Perry G, Velocity Addiction, Aardvark Spleen, SCX5. I missed that one. I apologize. Buck Dandy, Dale C, Gunnar Nissen, John Roberts RC, and Freddie Hammond. Thank you, guys. Thank you to everyone who watched. Hit the like button before you leave.
Please do.
And we'll see you next week for a banger week.
It's a banger week next week.
One. So much to talk about. I can already tell.
So many things die. Oh yeah, I can feel it. I can feel it happening. My week is next week for updates on Road to the Scale Nets.
Yes. Also,
thanks, Jeremy.
Tony's got a new video on Tuesday, which is Street to his local comp. So. A new series starting Tuesday.
I can't wait for that one. That's going to be a good one. Oh, Rich Giglio. What did I miss? Man, so many things.
Hey, Rich.
Mostly just making fun of Tony's CCXRC. Yeah, Josh, what are you building on Friday? Oh,
I'm
you're not around.
I will not be here Friday or Sunday. No Sunday, STL Sunday, no Friday live stream.
And all right, I'll have to do something. Maybe I'll do a live stream on Friday.
Yes, do that.
What could I order and have it here on Friday to build?
You don't even have to do that. Just work on the Scale Nats trucks. Honestly.
No, man, I spent so much time just looking at it and thinking it's not going to be a fun
thing. It's just a good
discussion.
Watch. Honestly, it is. It's good discussion. So people will like it.
All right.
And they love seeing the trucks.
All right.
Do it.
All right.
We don't need more cars. Be more.
That's true.
Be responsible. Stop buying cars.
That is so true. Be a man. Don't buy any more RCs
Paint the house.
this week.
Bye.
Have a great night, everybody. I might see you Friday.
See ya.
Love you. Bye.